I want to share with you something new beginning right here today. If you're new here and are checking out this video because of this video in particular, welcome. This is Joe Does Stuff. You probably don't know me from my other YouTube channel, but maybe some of you will. I have another YouTube channel, After Prison Show. Served a lot of time in prison, but I've since gotten my life together since getting released. Started After Prison Show. We ran over there for about 6 years, and now we're here over on Joe Does Stuff, where I flip houses, renovate, just hustle. I'm out here trying to get it in any way that I possibly can because I have to. And I think that that's something that a lot of people do these days, whether you've ever been in trouble or not. You know, most everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And to be an entrepreneur in 2022, especially in this current climate, economically speaking, here in the U.S. especially, you have to have multiple streams of income and have to be willing to do whatever you... Anyways, I'm getting total... Welcome to Joe Does Stuff Investigates, the What Happened series. We're going to start this today with Bally's Total Fitness Gym in Chesapeake, Virginia, my neck of the woods. And in fact, pretty much every video in this series is going to be in my neck of the woods, and I hope that this is a video series you guys enjoy. If you don't know me by now, if you don't know me by now... Sorry, I consider myself somewhat of a funny guy, but I'm also a bit of a nerd at the same time. I'm highly intrigued by abandoned series here on YouTube, on TV. Mysteries of the Abandoned is one of my favorite TV shows. I wanted to mention a YouTube channel that I really enjoy watching as well. Bright Sun Films does an incredible abandoned series. And it's actually that channel, as well as just my interest in abandoned things in general, that bring me to wanting to share this sort of stuff with you, with the world as well. And I hope my take on doing this, an abandoned series, so to speak, will be of interest to you guys as well. Not only do I want to go check out abandoned stuff, locations, places, things, structures. I'm mentioning all of these things that basically say the same thing, but really there's like an abandoned sailboat right next to... I find it pretty interesting, so I was trying to make sure I covered all my bases there. Not only do I want to go explore these spots and try not to be trespassing at the same time, but I also want to try to find out any information that I can in relation to the history of the place, possibly pointing toward a finger of what happened. So here begins that today. Folks, welcome to a new series here on Joe Does Stuff, what I like to refer to as the Joe Does Stuff Investigates What Happened series. I know what you're thinking. The name alone, super clever, right? Probably could have done a little better with that. Anywho, we begin today with Bally's Total Fitness, Chesapeake, Virginia. This is a location that now, and probably for many years, is nothing more than a parking lot. And in fact, it's not even a parking lot that you can park in. It's a parking lot that's pretty much blocked off, and blocked off because of the fact that a lot of people have been using this location to dump debris. I know, it's crazy, right? Like any abandoned, just field or parking, people are going to go dump their shit there. Like there's not a dump or a landfill or like a trash place. People are lazy. But it's also seeing that dumped debris at this old Bally's Total Fitness location that just adds to the mystique of this place. Not even the building still standing in this location. And I think that's one of the main things that drew me to wanting to investigate and share this with all of you. You see abandoned buildings all of the time, businesses that go under, places that are just no longer in business, houses as well. And those buildings are still standing. But why this particular location? And was it just that? The location itself that caused this place to be demolished? Maybe they had bigger plans for this place. Maybe it was going to be some sort of housing, an apartment complex, maybe a retirement community, condominiums. I like to believe that's probably why this building got demolished. But what if that's not the case? What if it was condemned, unrepairable, destroyed beyond repair, possibly a fire? I haven't seen anything pointing in that direction, and it's only a hunch that leads me in the other direction, thinking that they probably got rid of this place to make way for something better. But better has never come. And in fact, for many years now, it seems, this is just an eerily silent dumping fields at one point, abandoned parking lot. I know there's probably going to be some people who are watching this video like, man, I know damn well Joe ain't about to do an abandoned video on a damn parking lot. But yo, this shit intriguing already though. I'm going to hit that like button. Let me go hit it. That'll bring you back one time. Yeah, if you're enjoying this thus far, hey, please leave a like. And yes, that is absolutely correct. We are doing the very first in this series. Flip it or flop. Love it or list it. Like this is, hey, we're going hard in the paint on this first episode with a parking lot. That's all that's left of this place. A parking lot. It's crazy to go onto Google Maps and to drop the little guy and to do the street view and to be able to see what this place once was. Because just as eerie and as interesting as I find this abandoned parking lot to be, I find the same interest and eeriness with the fact that on Google, on the internet, you can't hardly find any pictures of this place. News stories as well. I figured there would be a news story saying, hey, look, this place is closing now and why? But all I've been able to find, Bally's Total Fitness Gym went defunct. But it also looks like, it was bought out by a company called LA Fitness. And it looks like it was bought out for quite a bit of money as well, something like $150+ million. LA Fitness acquires 171 Bally Total Fitness clubs for $150-something million. This was in 2011 when that took place. So another interesting bit of evidence that I run across is on Yelp, the Bally Total Fitness Chesapeake location reviews. And it says that this gym is permanently closed now. They've got 6 reviews and a 1.5 star rating out of 5. And if the reviews are any indication of what happened to this place, well, I think that they really are. Alyssa, 2012. We joined this gym because our health insurance has a great deal for an annual membership. $189 for the year. And 2, it's 2 minutes from our house. Alyssa would give this gym a 2-star rating. She wrote a book. The gym is okay. It's better than working out at home because I normally just put on workout clothes, grab a Gatorade and a bag of chips, and then lay on the floor meditating. I can't really do that at Bally's. I'm sorry, but people take Yelp way too fucking serious. I just got to throw that out. Like they really do. They want to tell you everything about themselves. And they want to write the review so grammatically correct. They want to write this shit like a short story because they want you to like their comment. It's really what this is all about. At least that's what I imagine it's about. If you're going to put this much attention to detail or you just bored as shit. Her review would actually have some key indications of what was going on at this facility. It seems a lot of the treadmills are out of order. There are a lot, though. They all seem old and dirty, but the ones that work get the job done. If I ever can't find a treadmill, they do have a small track that I could go for a run on. But I think it's only 100 meters. The free weight area is fine for me, but maybe not for the juice heads. Big complaint. Everything is really crowded. So even though that's a complaint that I hear about this facility, that's actually a positive thing in terms of business it seems this place was doing. If they're crowded all the time, well, they must have quite a few memberships and quite a few people trying to use this location. But if things are broken and out of order, well, that's going to certainly lead to people not wanting to be here. So it's certainly seeming from Alyssa's short novel she wrote here, management was doing a pretty piss poor job of keeping this place up. Everything is really crowded. Example. Last night I was on one of the lazy bikes, one with a back on it, and it was just kind of in the walkway. I felt like every time someone walked past, they had to dodge my very intense pedaling. Alyssa, you could have moved the bike. I mean, also sometimes the treadmills I feel like could possibly have a seizure. Well, that's not good. Can you imagine a treadmill having a seizure and that leading to, the equipment becoming defunct, breaking while you're running on that joint and you possibly breaking your neck and the type of lawsuit that could come from that? I somehow always wind up with a mirror behind me, in front of me, and the music video channel in front of me. So all those flashing lights from the screens are bouncing off the mirrors. Oh, I read that incorrectly. Let me start over, or at least read that first part again. Also, sometimes on the treadmill, I feel like I could have a seizure, not the treadmill. Alyssa, you bitch a lot. No shit, you use Yelp. See, I think the people that use Yelp, they just be complaining about everything. But hey, just my opinion. Maybe not everybody, but it certainly seems like a fair amount do. Then the classes get started up and I can feel the bass in my chest from the music. It's like a club in there. This Bally's Total Fitness actually sounded like it was the place to be. It was crowded, the music was jumping, there's mirrors everywhere. Alyssa would wrap this up saying, oh, and it smells. Not your normal gym smell, it's bad. Nino, another 2-star review. This one from Denver, Colorado. How you gonna leave a review half a country away? When you're far away from home, I guess this is gonna answer that question. It's often difficult to keep fit while you're on vacation. Thankfully, I was able to work out at Bally's because my sis had a membership here. Well, shout out to sis. Of course, you can sign up for a free 7-day guest pass, but who knows how long you'll be subjected to their sales pitch before being allowed to work out. Nino, another short novelist here. So I was able to work out without having to go through all of the hoopla because of my sister's membership. The facility was large enough. However, I found it strange that one was able to see the pool in full view of the main entrance. And that view was not the greatest either. It's like these folks write these reviews like an episode, like an opening intro for Dateline. Must have been a lot of grandmas up in that pool working on their aqua aerobics. Maybe, I don't know. The equipment was older and not very well organized. I had a slight difficult time navigating the area and looking for items that I never have a hard time finding at 24-hour fitness. Well, go back to 24-hour fitness, Nino. Gosh almighty. You're on vacation. Be grateful that your sister had a membership and you didn't have to sit through all the hoopla. Some people, just ungrateful. The fitness does have an interior track, which is a nice touch, but 12 laps around equal a mile. Very boring. There's not much floor space for ab work, stretching, Pilates, etc. There is a rather large classroom and you can probably do your work in there so long as no class is going on. Going to this gym made me realize how much better 24-hour fitness is compared to other gyms. Home is where the heart is. Oh boy, you had to lead that joint on a punchline, didn't you? Nino got some followers too. He got 315 people following him. 2,377 reviews. Nino probably worked for Yelp. Let me go ahead and breeze through these last couple of reviews and see if this paints a more vivid picture for us. We've got Chrissy here. She lives in the area. 1-star review. This place is gross. I went on a Sunday since I've had a membership since I was 16. I'm now 37. And probably single. I mean, this shit almost sounds like a personal ad or a cry for help because the Y wasn't open yet and I needed to get that workout in. The machines were in disrepair. The entire place smelled. There was no good airflow. That's the second time we're hearing about the smell of this place. and also the machines being broken. Even Nino mentioned things being out of sorts. The entire place smelled. There was no good airflow, no one wiping down equipment, and the showers were really, really awful. Let me tell you something. I don't know nothing about the fitness industry, even though the beach is that way and I've been working out lately for 19 weeks now. But, I would imagine if you're going to run a gym, hey, you better keep that joint clean, especially in this post-COVID climate that we live in these days. Everything got to be wiped down, disinfected. This was from 2010. Chrissy's review was. Nino's review was from 2009, and Alyssa's was 2012, just to reiterate. You get 15 seconds of water before you have to push the button on the wall. Sounds like a prison shower. Exactly. I'll never go back, and they give the good Ballys out there a bad reputation. Sad to hear. Carlo from Japan, 2010, 3 stars out of 5. So 95 dumbbells are as high as you go, 1 squat rack, full-length mirrors on every wall in the bathroom. On the one floor-to-ceiling mirrors on every wall in the bathroom. It reminds me of a probation office. Like when you go to take a urinalysis, they got mirrors everywhere. They want to see a ding-a-ling. They want to see that joint. Make sure you ain't trying to bypass that test any type of way. On the plus side, the staff was cool and helpful. I was passing through and looking for good spots to chill and eat, and they pointed me in the right direction. They had a pool, jacuzzi, and indoor track, but didn't use them. The group exercise room was always packed, but seemed like was more for old folks, nothing interesting. So again, we're mentioning the fact that this place was getting a lot of business, always packed. Andrew, 2011, 1 star. Extremely disappointed in this location. It has fallen into disrepair over the last few years. They are obviously struggling to turn a profit here, and it shows. There are broken mirrors everywhere, showers that don't drain, treadmills that don't work. The place just feels dirty. It's almost like through these reviews, we can see the slow decline of this place from floor to ceiling mirrors to broken mirrors just a year later. AS, 2012, updated review. Okay, this is interesting. So they left 2 reviews. Their previous review was on January 22nd, 2012. This was the first review that they left. 1 star. The staff is friendly. However, management will not address any concerns you have regarding the cleanliness of the facility. Good Lord, how long is this review? Oh my God, it's a book. Or the lack of working machines. Out of 13 treadmills today, only 2 were working. This has been going on for over a month. The ladies' room smells like a sewer, and the ladies' locker room are so dirty you are afraid to lay anything down in fear of contamination. Mentioning a smell of sewer, maybe this thing was condemned, and that's why they tore it down. The floors haven't been cleaned since I've been going here in the last 5 years. How do you know that? Do you really know that? Or what if you're right? They could be cleaning them floors when you're not there, but maybe they ain't cleaning the floors. There is crud in every corner of the ladies' shower. It's thick black crud. Well, that's disgusting. That might be dookie, because I don't know what else would be thick black crud up in the shower. The bathrooms have unidentified black bugs flying around. They're probably flies. I mean, I would just... They got UFO bugs up in there. During the summer months, there are ants in the lockers. That's messed up. There are never paper towels in the dispenser. The building is in need of repair. Someone should call OSHA, because I know this place has been non-compliant with some health codes. It's disgraceful to know that the corporate office, which you can never reach, is not interested in such a potentially great facility. I enjoy the people that I work out with at this gym. That's the only reason I'm still attending, but now I've had enough. Here I come, one life. Okay, they would leave another review. That first review was on January the 22nd, 2012. Well, just on January 30th, about 8 days later, they leave another 1-star review. I guess this was the next week. They're coming back in there. They had enough. AS said, fuck that. One life, here I come. In all caps, run far away from this gym. That's all the exercise you need. The staff is okay. Most of them are friendly. The gym is nasty. 80% of the equipment is broken or damaged. The ladies' shower is full of crud. The bathroom stinks. Nothing works. Half the TVs are broken and you can never tune into a station to listen. The mirrors are cracked. Corporate said they are sending someone to look into the matter. Yeah, right. Last Saturday, they said we couldn't come in and the gym was closed because of carbon monoxide. I didn't read all of these reviews prior to filming this video, so now I'm really leaning toward this building was condemned and that's the reason they tore it down. Forget building apartments or housing. This building was in such a state of disrepair. Sewer backups, unidentified black flies, dookie in the shower stalls. This thing was, floors that hadn't been cleaned in 5 years. Maybe this lady wasn't, making this up. Maybe this place was so nasty, they didn't have no other options but to tear it down. And carbon monoxide, that is a big deal right there. It's sad that the owners don't feel the need to repair the building or the equipment. It's okay if the building is old, just keep it clean and make sure the equipment is working properly. Until the owners or the corporate office address this serious issue, I would suggest that no one join this gym. All of these reviews are from 2012, no later than that. Between 2009 to 2012. And the last one was Alyssa, the first review that we read. That was April of 2012. I'm guessing it was probably sometime shortly thereafter that this Bally's Total Fitness shut down. Let's go check this location out. I've been here one time. I filmed one time at this location, but I want to go see this location, share this location with you, what it looks like now versus what it looked like in its heyday. So let's go try to explore this a little bit. It is hot as shit out here. Yikes. Crikeys, they've actually cleaned this place up just a little bit. The grass has been cut. Some of the debris has been removed from here. But she's still a desolate nothingness out here. Forgive the close-up on this camera. I got the nice lens on here. Hopefully I'm getting enough to show you guys just what's going on here. And what's going on here is a bunch of absolutely nothing. So I don't think I could have picked a hotter day to go attempt to check this location out. But I wasn't out there 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes, because that's how long the camera was filming for, and I am drenched. I mean, we've got like 100% humidity out here today. It's a scorcher, to say the least. You see this area? I mean, there's all sorts of stuff around it, all sorts of housing around this old location. And yet, nothing going on here. You got this dying mall right behind here. You got 1, 2, 3 apartment complexes that surround this thing, condominiums across the street. Why did the building have to get torn down? Why couldn't it have been turned into a YMCA or, well, I mean, anything, a little community center? Like, was the building that bad off? Wouldn't it have been cheaper to keep her? A theory that I have. And to be honest, I don't know. I know I'm probably not going to be able to find those answers. I am going to search for those answers. So maybe, you know, this could be continued. But it just amazes me that you've got what I think is, man, somewhat prime real estate right in the heart of town, and you tear it down. A building that could have been repurposed for anything, in my personal opinion. I've got one final thing that I want to share with you before I wrap up this first installment of this Abandoned What Happened 2 series here. And wait until you hear something that I ran across while I was trying to piece together some clues and some tidbits in relation to the story about this Bally's. I think you might find this last little bit pretty interesting as well. I want to get ready to wrap this up, and as I do so, I want to share with you all that I have found in relation to trying to find anything at all about what the hell happened to this Bally Total Fitness. And folks, when I tell you the ending that I have for you is somewhat shocking, it's shocking for a reason outside of what you might think, like shocking as to what happened. No, shocking some information that I found out in the source of that information. I'll get to that in just a moment. Let me share with you where my stumbling down the rabbit hole has taken me and what I've uncovered in an effort to try to find out what happened. And with that, let me begin here on this Bally's Total Fitness Wikipedia page. Now, there's a lot of information that they share here, and I'm not going to go into all of this, but let's just share some key points that jump out at us. It says that in 2007, prior to filing the first of 2 bankruptcies, so there would be 2 bankruptcies that Bally Total Fitness would file, Bally operated nearly 440 facilities located in 29 U.S. states, Mexico, Canada, South Korea, China, and the Caribbean, all under Bally Total Fitness, Crunch Fitness, Gorilla Sports, Pinnacle Fitness, Bally Sports Club, and Sports Club of Canada brands. Bally Total Fitness was one of the last surviving non-gambling ex-subsidiaries of Bally Manufacturing due to the acquisition of Bally Technologies by Scientific Games Corporation in 2014. Bally Total Fitness is actually a spawn of Bally Gaming. And I'll get to that down here where it says that in 1996, Bally Total Fitness was spun off from its casino-owning parent. In May 1998, it was listed on the New York Stock Exchange, trading under the ticker symbol of BFT. The company carried $300 million in debt at the time of its initial public offering. On November 18, 2011, Bally Total Fitness announced the sale of 171 of its clubs located in 16 states and the District of Columbia to an affiliate of LA Fitness for $153 million. In February of 2012, Bally sold the Toledo Airport Road Club to Red Fitness 24/7. In April 2012, Bally sold an additional 39 facilities to Blast Fitness. Blast Fitness began operating the new facilities under their own name in stages, transitioning entirely away from the Bally's name. Those 2 sales left Bally with 44 locations, 27 of them in the New York area, 8 in the San Francisco area, 1 in Louisiana, and 8 in Colorado. After the LA Fitness transaction, Bally had approximately 800,000 members. The sale allowed Bally to retire its corporate debt. It's interesting that they mention Bally had 800,000 members after the LA Fitness transaction, because I've seen stories of people who years after Bally is dissolved as a corporation, as an entity, people are still paying for a membership, or were still paying for a membership to that fitness club. Bankruptcies. Bally filed for bankruptcy in 2007 with an outstanding debt of $761 million. Over the preceding 10 years, its stock price had fallen from a high of approximately $37 a share to less than 37 cents. A plunge of over 99% of its value, and shortly thereafter, it was removed from the New York Stock Exchange. December 3rd, 2008, Bally again filed for bankruptcy due to problems arising from the global credit crisis. The company indicated at that time that it would explore options, including reorganizing and possibly even a sale, but that it hoped to emerge from bankruptcy as soon as possible. And folks, it's after that second bankruptcy that Bally was done. Everything was sold, and that was it. So in terms of what happened to this Bally Total Fitness in my area, bankruptcy and piss poor management probably went hand in hand. The company went under, and then the company was sold to LA Fitness and to other entities. So that most certainly best explains what happened to that company, but it doesn't explain what happened to that building. We've read right there that the company was sold. I would look everywhere for any information about the demolition of that building. My local news, through archived channels, LoopNet, which is a commercial real estate site where you can buy commercial real estate. I see the address of this place, 1501 Ring Road, Chesapeake, Virginia, which actually has the best picture that I found of this facility. I can't find images. I can't find hardly anything. And certainly nothing in relation to why this place was demolished. What I did find, the final thing that I want to share with you guys, is I think one of the craziest things uncovered, and literally this was I literally just ran across this today. I've been thinking about this and checking this out, just dabbling with this for probably a year now. It was on Facebook that I seem to have found the most information, or most certainly a decent amount of information. I searched for Bally Total Fitness Chesapeake, which brought me a Facebook page that is inactive. I went back and I checked under posts, and it was here, folks, that I found the most. First, from a guy named Mike, May 25th, 2012, Bally Total Fitness, Greenbrier, that's the one Chesapeake Greenbrier, announced yesterday they are closing their doors on 22 June 22nd, 2012. It appears that One Life Fitness has bought them out. Not really a big issue, but there are few to no details about what this means to memberships. Bally's corporate membership customer support has no comment or information. One Life Fitness management team made a statement to several inquiries that they would do their best with transitioning memberships. Wonder what do their best actually means. He wrote that. I was actually about to say that. Time to start looking for a new gym. That was the first bit of key information that I found from Facebook. And then the second is the craziest. A post, June 20th, 2012. So new idea. Everyone wear red Friday in support of Bally Total Fitness Greenbrier. I read the comments on this. Wait, what? I haven't been in like 2 months, but I paid for a full year. It's closing? Excellent idea. I sure am hoping I feel better by then. I've been dealing with a very severe sore throat. On drugs since Monday. You probably should get some treatment for that. Probably should get some help for that. And in bed since Saturday evening. And then the person who posted this says, "Oh no, Diva Deb." Who? Diva Deb? Diva Deb? I go to her profile, and lo and behold, her profile picture is a picture with her in front of a Bally Total Fitness sign from September the 17th, 2012, and a whole bunch of comments talking about, hey, you're looking great, Bally's Total Fitness, yay, it's doing you wonders. But nothing much since then from Diva Deb, which, just wanted to share that. That was a little footnote to where I'm going with this, and it's going to get a lot more serious real quick. The person who posted the original second post, so new idea, everyone wear red Friday in support of Bally Total Fitness Greenbrier, was a name that looked really familiar to me. I'll get to that in just a moment. But they also had started an event called Bally Total Fitness Greenbrier Closing Party. I click on this, and folks, this person seemed to have worked at this Bally Total Fitness and was legitimately hosting a going away party for this location. Details. Bally Total Fitness Greenbrier is finally closing its doors. I think that Greenbrier has always had a sense of family, and we should share that one final time. The doors will be locked for the last time June 22nd at 8 p.m. Try to come out around 7:45 to say goodbye. We will head over to Jillian's to hang out and catch up with old friends and co-workers. June 23rd is Reggie's birthday. See you there. If I've missed anyone, invite them. You've got two tabs on this event, about and discussion. There was quite a bit of discussion taking place in relation to this event. I guess it rained that day. The guy said rain's going to mess everything up. And then somebody had said that the very next day, the guy that made this event said as of Saturday, the 23rd, the very next day, it will be a one life. Folks, a one life, it never seemed to be. And if it was short-lived. Because the one life that does exist in this area, it's not here, obviously. And it's in a much better location and area, I'm imagining. I wonder if One Life ever did open the doors on the 23rd to begin operating as such instead of Bally's. And if that was short-lived and they found a better location, or if they never even did open. We've heard comments and reviews about carbon monoxide and how dirty this place was, and unidentified bugs and smells of sewage. Maybe One Life went in there and said, nah, this ain't it, Chief. You might as well just tear this shit down, because we ain't moving our brand up in here. There's no real way to know. Or at least if there is, I certainly haven't stumbled across it. If I do, I'll certainly share that with you guys. Maybe doing an update. The shocking thing about this is the person who had made this post and who had created this event, this one last hurrah for Bally Total Fitness in Chesapeake. And like I said, it was a name that seemed very familiar to me. Not somebody that I knew, but a name and a face that I most certainly recognized. And folks, who this person is somebody I don't think I've ever talked about here. And if I did, I only said so very briefly and just in passing, probably. But this person's name is Soren Arn. I don't want to disrespect their last name and mispronounce this. This person was a real estate agent. And notice how I say was, because it was just a couple of months ago that this guy went and showed a house to his client. Somebody who was buying a house. Sight unseen. Moving from Florida, I believe, to Virginia. Buying a house. Not sure if it had been flipped or not. Buying it sight unseen. They had never seen it in person. Most certainly they had seen it through a FaceTime call at the most. Signed, closed, paid. Moved up here with the U-Haul. And Soren, the agent representing this buyer, went there, met this person. And somewhere along the lines, the guy that bought this place, an older gentleman, either was very unhappy with the house or very unhappy with Soren. Anyways, long story short, the guy that bought the house shot and killed the agent right there in the house. Young guy. This guy right here. And in fact, this was This was a pretty big news story. Agent shooting death has local real estate community mourning on alert. And this story says the agent was killed by an 84-year-old, the guy that bought the house, who called the police, or when the police got there said, I shot my realtor, and then they heard another shot. It was a murder-suicide situation. It's crazy because this was a huge story in my local area. It's just crazy that the most information that I find, or a huge key part of the information that I find in relation to uncovering what happened to Bally Total Fitness, came from a guy who used to work there, it seems. This Soren individual who then was a realtor and also just last year was killed while showing a house. Very tragic and very crazy. That's all I have in relation to what happened to this old Bally Total Fitness. I hate the fact that I wasn't able to answer all of the questions that I most certainly had, but it certainly seems like we were pointed in a couple of plausible directions. This probably was a building that was condemned. Nothing else could have been done with it except tearing it down. And for that, it seems now to be nothing more than just a vacant parking lot, a dumping grounds, and a place that nature is kind of looking like it's taken back a little bit. Pretty interesting. And I hope you guys found this to be the same. I look forward to sharing more with you guys. And until then, take care.